Yeah, Deirdre, this is the first reaction from the former president now just coming in over email, not over social media. The former president saying what Facebook, Twitter, and Google have done is a total disgrace and an embarrassment to our country. Free speech has been taken away from the president of the United States because the radical left lunatics are afraid of the truth, but the truth will come out anyway, bigger and stronger than ever before. The people of our country will not stand for it. These corrupt social media companies must pay a political price and must never again be allowed to destroy and decimate our electoral process. So there's the reaction from the former president. Interesting here that he's lumping together Facebook, Twitter, and Google all at once in his reaction to the Facebook decision, also saying that the social media companies as a whole must pay a political price. And you can bet that this statement from the president is going to set sort of the political tone now for the response from Republicans on Capitol Hill, who are very much sort of in the political obligation mode toward President Trump here, because they feel that he controls their base to a large degree. And so therefore, you can imagine that a lot of Republicans on Capitol Hill will take their direction from this statement in terms of this effort now from the former president to make the social media companies pay a political price. Not clear what he means specifically by that, but clearly the former president, not happy about this decision, and add him to the list of other people who are not happy about Facebook's decision today, guys.
Yeah, nor would you expect him to be happy about this. It sets up an interesting dynamic, though. We can bring the comments to TV, and now lawmakers, critics, supporters, they largely can respond on social media. Eamon, you said that this response was emailed. Is that right?
Yeah, this is a response that was emailed out to reporters from the Save America PAC. That's the political action committee operated by Donald Trump. So his political organization is emailing this out. He's also set up his own website, and on that website now they're posting these sort of tweet-like statements that the former president has been putting out on various issues. Those are sort of posted in a blog-type format, so it's sort of retro in internet terms. And the Trump people have said that the former president is going to be launching his own social media entity at some point. Not clear what that's going to look like or how that's going to be rolled out, but this sort of proto-blog on his website now seems to be a step in that direction, but he's clearly got other things in mind in terms of a more robust social media presence going forward. And the question is, though, is that of any value to him, because it sort of sets up an echo chamber of Trump and his own supporters. And sort of, you know, for the supporters, there's kind of no fun to be had in owning the libs if there are no libs on that social media site to own, right? So the question is how much, adoption of that will take place.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.